Good morning. Good morning. So I'm trying this going live on both of my channels, Cruiser 007 and Miss Cruiser 2. So we're going to try this. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this video on this nice Sunday. So as most of you know, there were some U.S. operations in Venezuela. That was announced on yesterday. We woke up to the news, most of us. And as a result, it has affected travel. Uh, and hopefully it's been cleared up now. We're gonna, check after I finish giving the information, but hopefully it has been cleared up. If y'all could please hit that like button. Good morning, good morning. Those of you coming in, this is live. For those of you who are watching the replay on both channels, this is live. So if you hear me saying good morning, it's because I did this live in the morning. But good afternoon, good evening, whenever you catch this video on either channel. So there has been some immediate impact to travel as an effect of what's going on or what happened in Venezuela. Uh, the immediate impact of geopolitical news. Why did I stumble over that? In the Caribbean, concerning flight and cruises due to situations in Venezuela. So the FAA closed airspace in and out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. This affects travelers and cruisers departing from Puerto Rico with a high risk of missing their ships if flights are delayed or canceled. Now, if you're already over in them areas, you're pretty much going to have to wait to get back. And again, it may have been cleared up some, but I know that these ladies were waiting to get on their flight.
Oh, stop the music.
Wrong video, y'all. I knew I would hit the wrong video. I think it was the
Child, Trump done got us stuck over here again. So we gonna make the most of it. So now we stuck over here.
Yeah,
We stuck. And
might as well go ahead and claim citizenship.
no, I ain't say all that, Michelle. You always say, I want to go back home. Now we stuck up in this joint, you Sean. So we gonna go over here. Where we going at? Anguilla. Hey, what's this called? Anguilla.
y'all are in Anguilla. So hello everybody coming in. Hello everybody. Please hit the like button for me. So if you're going to one of those places, Curacao, Anguilla, even San Juan and Puerto Rico, Caribbean places, if you're on your way, your flight probably going to get delayed. And I don't know what they're going to do about cruising. And if you're on your way home, there could be some delay. So immediate travel impact, the FAA closed airspace in and out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. This affects travelers with cruises departing from Puerto Rico with a high risk of missing their ship, either delayed or canceled. There's travel advisories. Passengers flying to Puerto Rico within the next 72 hours should monitor airline apps for cancellation and cruise line notifications. Flight delays can create a domino effect, leading to issues with hotels and transfers. The conflict could lead to last-minute itinerary tweaks, port swapping, or time changes as for particular ports, particularly in Southern Caribbeans. Cruise contracts often allow for such changes without refunds. Okay. Virgin Voyages response. Virgin Voyages has published a detailed website with information for impacted cruises, including contact numbers, hotel partnerships, and credit offers. Travelers should verify flight status before heading to the airport and look for rebooking options. This is if you're going to the Southern Caribbean. Okay, that's if you're going to the Southern Caribbeans. Look for rebooking options. It's always recommended to fly at least a day before a cruise. Of course, I always say that if you're going on a cruise, I used to years ago fly in the early morning of, but now I fly in the night before just in case. And that's why it's also good to have insurance for things like this. Um, Cruise lines and their airlines prioritize guest safety. The travelers should trust that if their cruise is selling, is considered safe. So if you're getting on a flight, you're going on a cruise. If they're doing it anyway, they look out. You listen. Nothing's perfect, but I do believe they research. They do all that they need to do to make sure that you're safe. So if they're going anyway, it is safe. The situation is constantly evolving, and viewers are encouraged to share any new information in the comments. So y'all can share any new information in the comments. Tracy Chappelle said, I have a question. Why is Puerto Rico on the list? We don't have a passport to visit as a part of the U.S. It may be it's not based on passport or getting in and out of the country. It's based on airspace. It's the FAA. So it's based on airspace. Let me see if I can see another news article on this, because somebody actually sent me, my sister actually sent me a news article. She was trying to be funny, talking about, are you traveling? Girl, you know where I'm going to. But let me see. Let me get some updates. Give me a minute. Y'all know my tablet is very slow. Very slow. Let me read the comments. Good morning, Gloria Taylor. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Tracy Chappelle. Good morning, Details. Good morning, Carrie Husband. Thank you for being the first one in here. If y'all could hit the like button for me. I was looking for the APP news, but let's just read this one right here. And I think I saw an article earlier that said that it was that the flights had resumed. But let's see what this article says. My tablet is slow, y'all. It's slow. Okay, so this article says Caribbean holiday travel disrupts hundreds of flights canceled by Maduro's capture. Let's see. Southwest Airlines said in a statement that it added 6 extra round-trip flights to Puerto Rico on Sunday, scheduled another 8 round trips on Monday to help get travelers home from their vacation. So if you're home and you're trying to get out, that's probably annoying, aggravating, you're anxious. But just imagine being somewhere and trying to get back. If you're in Curacao, if you were in Quilla, like those ladies were, if you're in, I think it might even affects Dubai. If you're in one of those places and you're trying to get home, your hotel is done. You done checked out. It's gonna cost you a good extra money to go back in. Ain't gonna be no deals. And you're in the airport waiting to get home. Imagine that. So I know people who are wanting to get out, may be upset, anxious, but like I said, those who are trying to get back home, imagine their concerns and anxiety. Says no flights were crossing over Venezuela that day, according to Flight Radar 24, and major airlines canceled hundreds of flights across Eastern Caribbean region and warned passengers that disruption could continue for days after the Federal Aviation Administration imposed restrictions. Flights were canceled from Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Aruba, and more other dozens of destinations in the Lesser Antilles Islands group north of Venezuela. When I was in Curacao, I went to Curacao in May. And from one of the houses that we had, when you went up on the top level, out on the patio or the lanai or whatever you call it out there, certain parts of the morning when it was nice and clear, we could actually see Venezuela. Like you look over and be like, well, okay, right over there. That's how close it was. I think it was maybe from Curacao to Venezuela. It was maybe 35-minute flight. They say a train might have taken like an hour and 15 minutes. So that's how close these areas are. So it's, that kind of explains why the FAA imposed restrictions. Flights were canceled to and from Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Aruba, and more than a dozen destinations. But U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said Saturday night that the restrictions would end at midnight Eastern Standard Time, and the airlines would be able to resume normal operations on Sunday. But remember, along with going back to normal operations, that means some flights was pushed back. So if you had a flight Saturday, hopefully that flight will be one of the first ones to go out Sunday. But if you had a flight on Sunday, of course, because these flights that were delayed are going out, then your flight gets pushed out. So these schedules are going to get crazy. So it's still going to be a little somewhat difficult until they catch up all of these flights. Southwest Airlines said in a statement that it added 6 extra round trip flights to Puerto Rico on Sunday, scheduled another 8 round trips on Monday to help travelers get home from their vacations. So they're just in the airport. So I doubt they went back to the hotels, because let's say if you had a deal at a resort where you paid $300 a night at the resort because of, you booked it in advance, you had whatever deal. Well, when you go back over there, you best believe they're going to charge you, like if you got to extend your stay because of flight, they're probably going to charge you $600, $700. I could be wrong, but that's usually how it is. At the Queen Airport in Aruba, a popular holiday destination for U.S. vacationers, just 15 miles of Venezuela coast, officials said that they're expecting a return to normal Sunday after a day of canceled flights and stranded travelers or blocked from their flying to the island. In Barbados, Prime Minister Mia Mottley said in a news conference that the consequences of the conflicts have been exceedingly disruptive to both our ports of entry and airport, as well as seaport from cruise ships sail. In Puerto Rico, Lou Lavon, his wife, and 3 children were due to return to Washington, D.C. Area Saturday morning, but he woke up to his wife saying that their flights were canceled. He found out why when he checked his phone. Because see, ain't none of us know about this till we woke up in the morning. So imagine being in one of these Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean or Southern Caribbean places, and you find out your flight is canceled and you are due to check out of that hotel. They first tried calling JetBlue to reschedule. The airline called back about 2 hours later, but the agent was not able to help them. Levine and his wife saw other messaging JetBlue on social media and did the same. The airline responded and booked them a flight Saturday, turning their week-long New Year's holiday into a 2-week sojourn. Good morning, everybody coming in. Thank you for coming in. This guy said, I love it here, but we have dog sitting and cat sitting and car rental is fine. It's just really painful on the wallet. Like I said, it's painful on the wallet because now you're extending your car rental, you're extending somebody pet sitting, you're extending your stay. And like I said, they ain't gonna, most times, sometimes they might give you the same deal, but most times those resorts and things are not going to give you the same deal. This weekend was already past the peak 13-day holiday period when AAA projected that 122.4 million Americans would travel at least 50 miles, but there was plenty of travelers still trying to squeeze in some more time on tropical beaches before heading back to colder temperatures. Y'all know people like to go on cruises and go to these all-inclusive resorts during the winter holidays so they can get, some of that nice warm and get in the ocean and all that. Foreign airlines and military aircraft were not included in the restriction, the statement said. Air Canada said the flights to the Caribbean were operating normally, though it gave travelers the option to rebook. Another Canadian airline, WestJet, said it canceled Aruba flights out of abundance of caution. Nearly 24 island destinations were affected by this cancellation, including Anguilla, Antigua, Curacao, St. Lucia, and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands. But destinations further to the west, like Dominican and Jamaica, were generally not affected. So if you're in Dominican, the Bahamas, those of us who's going with us coming up here in about 33 days, we are not affected. By then, it'll be cleared up. But if you're going to places like Dominican Republic and Jamaica, Bahamas, generally not affected. I wonder if Mexico, because I'm traveling to Cozumel in 11 days. I think about 11 days I'm traveling to Cozumel. So hopefully, I don't think Mexico is affected. New York-based JetBlue said it canceled about 215 flights due to the airspace closures across the Caribbean related to the military activity. Dutch Airlines KLM said it too canceled flights affecting thousands of passengers, but planned to resume service on today to and from Curacao, Aruba, Bonaire, and other islands. The flight disruptions also affected some travelers booked for Caribbean cruises. Cruise operator Virgin Voyages and airline travelers unable to make it to San Juan in time for upcoming cruise departure they will be able to get a full credit for future trips. So, good morning, Really BTV. Good morning, Tawana. Good morning. Good morning. So, good morning, Rave C. Tracy Chappelle said also connecting flights are going to be hell, any backup charge affects so many other things. Yeah. It affect travel. And it kind of, I thought about it when I first heard it. When the news first popped up, my first thought was Venezuela. That's really close to Curacao. Cause I just remember when I was there, how close we were. I even considered going over into Venezuela. But when I heard about all the rigmarole that you had to do to get there, I was like, well, it's right over there. I mean, it's right there. I can see it from here. I can see it from my backyard. I can see it from here. It shouldn't be. But when I found out how much, you had to go through to get there, I said, well, I'm not going to do that. Hey, Gloria Taylor, thank you for coming in. Good morning, everybody. So I did want to come on again. I'm on both channels. So if you are over on Cruiser 007, good morning. I can't see the comments over there. I don't think I can. Maybe I can see both comments. I don't know how this thing works because I am on both channels. But if I miss you, good morning, sugar. Good morning. And again, if you're catching the replay, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you catch this, please hit the like button. So if anybody have any corrections, y'all know I'm open to corrections, or anybody have any comments or any updates or adds on, please let me know. To my understanding, they have resumed travel this morning in those areas. It's resumed today. However, there possibly could be some delays because they're having to reschedule hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of flights. So that's the news on that. Thank y'all once again for coming in. For those of y'all who missed it, let me see if I can show this video one more time. Let's see if we can show it one more time.
Child, Trump got us stuck over here again. So we're going to make the most of it. So now we stuck over here.
Yeah,
we stuck. And
might as well go ahead and claim citizenship.
No, I ain't say all that, Michelle. You always say, I want to go back home. Now we stuck up in this joint, you Sean. So we're going to go over here. Where we going at? Anguilla. Hey, what's this called? Anguilla. So Anguilla. Then I guess we're going to hit St. Martin and come back. This is crazy.
So I'm wondering if they had a layover, because sounded like she said then they're going to hit St. Martin. So they must have, some changes and layover. But anyway, y'all remember to live in peace on purpose. And no matter what you're going through, if you're one of them people that's waiting to get out for your travels, for your planned travels, or you're somewhere you're trying to get home from your holiday travels, just remember all is well. All is well. No matter what y'all going through, whether it's travel or whether you're not feeling well, illness, whether it's problems in your family, whether it's financial, whatever it is, remember all is well. Y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all around these YouTube streets.